The Postgraduate Department of Journalism and Mass Communication, St. Paul's College, organized a workshop on entrepreneurship, business models, and higher education by Dr. Surbhi Dahiya. Dr. Surbhi is a renowned professional in business, data journalism, media, and entrepreneurship. She is a professor and course director at IIMC under Ministry of Information and Broadcasting, Government of India. MA student Radhika and Rashi gained some valuable insights from her expertise in data journalism and media entrepreneurship.
Writing on media entrepreneurship was niche. I always tried to write on topics which are niche and the content on which was not available in India for our Indian students to read. So, in the classes, when we used to teach, when we used to discuss what are the emerging business models in India, what are, how D2C as a model, direct to consumer, is taking over. What are the other business models of these media organizations in India? So I started reading, I started talking to, people, and then I approached the owners and editors of these organizations who have given me interviews for my book from their precious time. So I've interviewed, Sri Vineet Jain from the Times Group, Mrs. Shobna Bharti from Hindustan Times, Sri Vivek Goenka from Indian Express, Sri N. Ram and Ravi from The Hindu, the Sudhir Agarwalji, Girish Agarwalji, Pavan Agarwalji from Bhaskar, Sanjay Gupta ji from Dainik Jagran, Subhash Goenka ji and Puneet Goenka ji from the Z Group, and of course the entrepreneurial journalistic ventures, the trailblazers, I would say, the Shekhar Gupta ji from The Print, Siddharth Vardarajan from Wire, Azhar from In Shorts. So I have tried to be a thread between the students and the media industry in India, how it is functioning, what is their strategic intent, what is their vision, how it worked pre-independence, how it worked post-independence, what happened post-liberalization, post-millennium, post-digitization, what are the changes that happened, what were their editorial policies then and now, what are the changing business models they have, how they are working today, how they are bringing in revolution and new revenue models. What are the revenue models? Because if we say media is a big industry today, which is around 2.1 trillion. So how are we managing our media industry? That intrigued me, and I started working. Now, for many years, I've been working on the media industry in India.
Ma'am, in your opinion, what are the qualities and traits that one should possess as a communicator, whether it's in a startup or in a business or while writing copies in entrepreneurship?
Never be a copycat. Even if you're writing a copy, or you are, being a trailblazer, or you are opening up any new venture, you're becoming an entrepreneur. Just go with your original idea, what your heart and mind say that you should do. Because you see, when somebody works on original ideas, they are successful. You take the example of In Shorts. Now their business model is that they will produce news in 60 words. So they've succeeded. It's growing. In Shorts is growing. Right? So when you work on your original ideas, it will give you an edge over others.
Ma'am, could you enlighten us on some of the challenges that entrepreneurs often face during the course of their journey?
Yes. The biggest challenge is finance. Because when we say media industry, media is an industry. You have to run it like a professional organization. You have to hire people, you have to give salaries. So you need to be very, very professional in, organizing and maintaining your organization as as a business. So as an entrepreneur, you need to think that you have to maintain the quality of that organization, of the news, of the product that you are into, and you have to run your organization. So you should be well versed both in media and management, right? So one of the reasons was this also, that when I used to teach students, I used to feel that they are becoming the best journalists, but what about if they have to open up a venture? How will they manage that? Therefore, we brought in media management, media industry management, and we started teaching that. And as an entrepreneur, when they face challenges for finance, what are the revenue models they should look up to? Whether it is venture capitalists, or it is angel funding, or it is advertising, or it is subscription. Today, you just check the websites of these digital media houses, you will see for yourself how they need support of the consumers, because they all want to have a parallel, or I would say a revenue model which is not totally dependent on advertising. So subscription model they are looking into, that how consumers can pay and subscribe to our channels, or our websites, or our news channels. That's how it can give them a free voice, and that can keep them stay away from advertising. Even if they want to report anything, they will be under no pressures to do that.
Ma'am, so this subscription model as you're talking about, so it has enhanced the spirit of citizen journalism and hyperlocal journalism as well.
So see, citizen journalism is something different. We are talking about entrepreneurial journalism in India, because citizen journalism is that today you have a mobile in your hand, and you are going somewhere, and you just saw an incident or an event happening, and you recorded that, or you a picture of that, and you just send that pictures to some media houses. Maybe you're selling it, or you're giving it for free, or maybe a write-up. So every citizen is enabled to do this kind of journalism, but they don't know the tricks of the trade.
Yeah.
So even if they can provide some good pictures, I mean, they're helping as a citizen, but the formal learning that you are doing here in the journalism schools, it requires many things to become a good journalist.
So, ma'am, as digital technologies are evolving, and so is the entrepreneurship and the business field. So, how, in your opinion, how are digital tools and technology beneficial and efficient for entrepreneurs in today's time?
So many technologies are emerging, like artificial intelligence. You have automated AR, VR, reality, virtual reality. You have mobile journalism. You have drone journalism. You have podcast, right? So there's so many technologies. Today we talk about Chat GPT, right? So every time there's a digital disruption, we get something new. And all these, technologies, they're helping the entrepreneurs to get better, to do better, to manage in an efficient manner. Now you have, AI anchor Sana in Ashtak.
Ma'am, could you highlight what is the process of ideation that needs to be followed among media entrepreneurs in today's day and age?
Ideation is very important. When you are ideating something, we can do that in media schools also. We can create incubators, and we can sit together and have some good ideas and work on it. So this is called as a living lab, basically. There's a professor in US, his name is Jeremiah Kaplan, and he talks about this living lab. He says that we can sit together, have good ideas, and bring in, you know, people who are interested, who have money, to work on those ideas, and collaborative effort. Through this collaborative effort, we can, you know, go ahead. So I always tell my students that whenever you, have any idea, please pen it down, jot it down, because ideas, they fly. So sometimes you think and you get a very good idea. Keep jotting them down. Note them somewhere, maybe in your phone or in a diary or whatever. So ideas are always original. When it comes to your mind, you should not think that maybe this is a very bad idea. Sometimes any idea can work. It's not that only what you people think is a good idea will work. So you never know, on a click of a button, which video goes viral, right?
Ma'am, as students of communication, we would want to know your insights on how advertising has evolved over a period of time. Like, we have seen a drastic shift from traditional to digital, but now there are articles and blogs on how AI will create the entire ad, not just the scripting or copywriting, but also the visuals, and it will be so appealing that it will look entirely real. So, what's your take and opinion on that?
So first of all, if you see the advertising models, earlier we used to have a ratio, 60 versus, 60 is to 40. 60% content, 40% advertisements. Then it, how advertising is evolving, the ratios changed. Now you have a full jacket advertising. Over and above the full jacket, you have half jacket, one more, or maybe a double jacket, right? So advertising is evolving. There are new models that are being talked about, and media companies are, following it. For example, if you talk about Times Group, they have brand capital. Brand capital is where they have associated with 600-700 companies. They will promote it, they will give ad for it the whole year through, and then maybe have a share in the equity. So this is also advertising, right?
So, ma'am, what are some of the strategies that you would recommend new entrepreneurs to employ for executing a business idea in the field of media?
So I have talked about it in my new book, Digital First: Entrepreneurial Journalism in India. That how you can, start a business, how you develop it, through your products. Product development is important, product diversification is important. How much you want to expand, what is the market expansion, what is the regional penetration, right? You have to see that. You have to see what are your business policies, what are your editorial policies, what is the conflict between the two, right? What are your revenue models, what are your advertising model, what is your subscription model, how much you can care about the people you hire. So you have to think judiciously, you have to act, implement, and of course your days will come.
Ma'am, as an educator, do you feel that digital marketing should be an entire degree in today's time?
So we do have courses in digital media, many places in the world and in India also. So as and when the demand of some course grows, we start offering more degrees, related degrees.
Any message, ma'am, you would like to give for the budding entrepreneurs and media communicators?
So to all the budding entrepreneurs, I would like to say that just don't think that you can't do it. Just think a little differently and you'll have a good business model. Just try it. Have faith in yourself and you will rise and shine. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. It was wonderful having you with us. Your session was entirely insightful. This is Radhika and this is Rashi, signing off from St. Paul's TV.